Hi everyone. Today I will be talking about the Subject Analysis 13, 5 Personal Information Security and Privacy Practices. The first privacy practice that my grandma or grandpa would have to follow to protect their information security and privacy would be to update operating systems, applications, and antivirus software regularly. My grandparents should act by either turning on automatic updates or be looking out for update alerts on their devices. In addition, they should remove any applications that are unused and outdated. The benefits of software updates are that they tend to have security patches that fix weaknesses and vulnerabilities that hackers and criminals look for in a device to easily sneak their way through the system. On to number 2. The second practice that my grandma or grandpa would have to follow to protect their information would be to use a strong, unique password and password manager. To implement a strong password, my grandparents would need to have a relatively long, complicated password with uppercase and lowercase letters, symbols, and numbers. They need to create a password that a person could not easily guess, like a easily guessable password would be a birthday or other personal information like a dog or a cat name. There are many strengths from using a complex password for each account. If my grandparents have a different password for everything, it's more unlikely for someone to hack all of the accounts. Reusing passwords or using the same password all over the place is like carrying one key that's used for your house, your car, your office, and your briefcase. Password managers are also helpful tools if my grandparents cannot remember all the passwords, or for anyone for that matter. Password managers store the password somewhere secure and then autofills them when needed. On to number 3, the third practice that my grandma and grandpa would have to follow to protect their information security and privacy would be to enable a two-factor authentication or 2FA. A two-factor authentication code is typically a one-time password that expires automatically and is sent as a text message or email. While using a strong password is essential, a two-factor authentication creates an extra layer of security. And if a hacker steals my grandparents' password, at least the hacker can't log into the account without the code. And then for the fourth practice is that they should use caution with suspicious links, emails, and texts. So many data breaches start with tricking users into giving away personal credentials. So I would tell my grandparents, do not answer unknown phone numbers with no caller ID or if you just don't recognize the number. And do not put personal information into sketchy websites. So if you're buying something, make sure that there's a secure code on there and it verifies that they will not leak your credit card information. And then lastly, do not click on a link from an unexpected email or text. I even got a text today saying something about my car, that I needed to pay off something, and I was like, I'm just going to delete this. So that's what I would do for them. And then the fifth practice for my grandparents to follow to protect their information would be to research Wi-Fi and websites before using them. My grandparents should only use secure Wi-Fi connections, and if malware gets into a router, any device that is connected to that network will be affected. And yes, so that's why you have to have it secure. And then also, they should stay away from public networks. And public networks can be free Wi-Fi places at airports, hotels, restaurants, and coffee shops. Since there's no password to connect to the Wi-Fi, anyone and everyone can have access to other people's online activities and data. And that will be all to my presentation. Here are my references. I hope you enjoyed my presentation on what I think are the 5 best personal information security and privacy preferences. Thank you.